The book, sponsored by Access Bank and the Ford Foundation, features more than 300 masterpieces of art in the private collection of the respected monarch, His Majesty Nnaemeka Alfred Achebe, the Obi of Onitsha. Titled A King's Passion, a 24th century patron of African art, the publication discusses the growing importance of art patronage in Africa and how local collectors are helping to broaden understandings of visual art originating from across the continent.
African art is a major catalyst for change, and it plays a significant role in showing the world who we are, how we do things, and what we are capable of. So today it gives me great pleasure as we launch and support the launch of A King's Passion, a 21st century patron of African art.
We hear of historically significant monuments and buildings being demolished and replaced. The lack of an intentional effort to preserve what exists often muddies the ways in which the efforts to return stolen items is perceived. This is why I think that the effort that is being put together here must be commended.
I think here, and you will read it, I'm one of the few fortunate guys in this gathering who has seen the book, and I can tell you it's pretty good. You will see. But there is more than the book, because there is a museum, ultimately, and there is a commitment to preserve a cultural heritage. This is not only a personal passion, as it happens with other collectors, who collect because they enjoy it, because they love it, because they can afford it.
The art collections featured in the book and others will be housed at the Chimede Museum in Onitsha, while proceeds from the book will go into the completion of the museum due to be opened in 2025. His Majesty the Obi of Onitsha shares thoughts about the museum.
If you look at the southeast, there's no really world-class museum. We're talking to a world-class museum that will bring the world to Onitsha, the southeast, and take Onitsha to the world. So it's a combination, really, of why one had to do a museum and a gallery at Onitsha. African art and African creative spirit can stand shoulder to shoulder with anywhere else in the world. But then, if you let other people tell your story, then they tell your story as a second class, people and so on. So we have to tell our own story. So again, it's a contribution to elevating African art, to create interest, the enjoyment of it, to preserve it, to document it, and to put it out to the world in our own language, in our own manner.
Access Bank art curator Sandra Mbanefo Obiago says the journey of the book started in 2017 when the 82-year-old monarch flagged off a process leading to the publication of the book, which chronicles his 40-year passion of art collection. She says the book particularly highlights how African artists have been nurtured over the years and their works projected to a global audience for hundreds of years.
Deep appreciation goes to Dr. Herbert Wigwe for his visionary and inspiring, and I would even say sacrificial commitment to celebrating the arts in Africa. Access Bank continues to be the leader in strategically investing in the creative sector and in Africans documenting our own story. Herbert, your long-standing support of the arts and your belief in the project is unparalleled and deeply appreciated.
A total of 120 artists are featured in the book A King's Passion, a 24th century patron of African art, including Kofi Agoso, Ndidi Dike, Ben Ewonwu, El Anatsu, Uche Okeke, Tista Behano, Amon Kote, Ablade Glover, Twin 77, and Free Kebede, among others, while featuring essays from scholars like Edwin Bojawa, Jerry Buhari, and Chike Nwagbogu, among others. It is dedicated to the late Innocent Chukwuma, a celebrated social justice activist and former Ford Foundation representative of West Africa, who supported the publication with a seed grant. Oba Adeoye, Arise News, Lagos.